In the Northwest Territories, the fire near Yellowknife is, officials say, highly unlikely to reach the outskirts of the city in the next 3 days, but it will be weeks before anyone is allowed to return. About 20,000 people were ordered to leave last week. Many went to the small town of Behchokǫ. It's about an hour west of Yellowknife and more than a 6-hour drive from the nearest community in Alberta. As Jeff Semple reports, the scramble to safety has separated families, heightening anger and anxiety.
Fire crews in the north are moving from defense to offense.
But right now we're looking at going towards a direct attack strategy on the perimeter of that.
The fire remains 15 kilometers from Yellowknife, and it was feared it would hit the city on Saturday. But rain is turning the tide.
We're also looking at winds that'll be favorable for the most part. We're looking at, moving forward.
The good news is sparking some camping in forests nearby to begin considering a homecoming.
I'm bound and determined to get back as soon as I don't think the fire is going to get to the town. I think I'm going to try and get back, but whether they'll let us is another thing.
The mayor of Yellowknife says some residents who left are now trying to return, but unless they're essential workers, the police are stopping them.
Yay, the weather's holding, and yay, we've got these fire breaks, but it's not yay, we get to come home yet. So really encouraging people, you're safe where you are, and we'll tell you when it's safe to return.
Waiting anxiously just down the highway is the small town of Behchokǫ, the closest community to Yellowknife, where the road is blocked. The community of Behchokǫ was hit with its own wildfire just a few weeks ago. Take a look at what's left of this home. At that time, people here fled down the road to Yellowknife. Well, now people from Yellowknife are taking refuge here in Behchokǫ. Katrina Knockleby is one of them.
We seem to be the poster children for natural disasters.
Behchokǫ is home to the Kilometres people from the Dene First Nation. Their MLA says many of their community members are now missing.
It's a nightmare. I mean, there was no communication with the indigenous leaders.
Janeway Yellen Armstrong says in the scramble to follow evacuation orders, some of their elders and homeless people were rushed onto planes and sent to cities across Western Canada.
Especially with the language barriers. Yeah, we're afraid for them, and there's nobody there with them.
She says even children in care homes were sent away, their parents left with no word on their whereabouts.
They want to know where their children are, and then they're saying this feels like a 60 scoops because they send their children out. Yellowknife should have done a better job, dealing with this, with the patient, with the homelessness, with the vulnerable people, and it didn't happen.
I asked the mayor of Yellowknife about those concerns. She says the territory oversaw the evacuation, but that no adults were put on those planes without their consent, though the same can't be said for children and seniors in care homes. The mayor says anyone in the territory looking for information on a missing loved one should call 811. Donna?
All right, Jeff Semple in Behchokǫ, Northwest Territories. Thanks.